Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Philadelphia, New York, where it is not always sunny. And it's a little bit rainy and windy tonight as we get set for high school football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and the Stream Team, as the Indian River Warriors will play host to the General Brown Lions tonight. A couple of Class B opponents. Indian River historically in A, but playing B this year. General Brown, one of the better Class B schools in the state as well. Indian River gets the ball to start things off tonight. As I said, a little bit windy and rainy up here on top of the booth. This one's handed off right up the middle. Not much doing on the carry up the middle. I believe that was handed off to Derek Jones.
Number 24, Fred Haynes, short carry.
Actually, Fred Haynes on the carry. This one again on the ground, and gain of maybe a couple for Indian River.
Number 5, Kane Lynch, gains 2.
Lynch
Third and 6.
getting the ball that time for the Warriors. So it'll be third down and about 6. Well, Jones was in motion before the snap, and a flag comes out down at the line of scrimmage on this near side of the field. The officials going to get together. It's encroachment against the defense. Nice loud signal from the official, which is a bonus for us.
For encroachment on the defense, it would be a 5-yard penalty.
So the 5-yard encroachment moves the ball even closer to the first down marker for the Warriors. It's going to be third and short, about a yard to gain. Hand it off. And fighting forward, picking up the yardage for the first down on the carry up the middle is Fred Haynes.
Pick up the first down.
So Fred Haynes picks up a first down, the first of the night for the Warriors. And it'll be first and 10 from the 37. Pitched, and now skipping out to the outside, and brought down from behind as he got to the 45. That was Kane Lynch on the carry.
Outside, 8-yard gain.
Tackle made by Ryan Chamberlain for the Lions. But it's a gain of about 8 for Lynch. Be second and short. Pitched again. And bouncing right at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Going to be brought down in the backfield is Lynch again. Just nowhere to go that time for Lynch. General Brown read the play well. And actually a pretty generous spot, looks like. So the slightest of losses. It'll be third down. Still about 2 to gain for Indian River. Alexander to the huddle, and they'll step to the line now, will the Warriors. Alexander right under center. This one's handed off. Skipping out to the outside again. Another first down for Indian River on the rush. This one handed off to Fred Haynes again. And it's another first down as Indian River gets over the 50 into the General Brown half of the field. Well, as I said, little chilly and windy and rainy. This one again handed off out to the near side and tackled out of bounds. Looks like forward progress is going to be just enough to prevent any loss. Pitch to Lynch again, and he tried to get out to this near side. Rainy and windy in Philadelphia, home of the Indian River Warriors, where the NBC Watertown Stream Team is bringing you high school football, our last high school football action of the year. And it's a big matchup between Indian River and General Brown here in the Frontier League. This one pitched again to Lynch. Up the middle, Kane Lynch finds a hole and gets down. Picks up about 6 on the carry.
Number 5, Lynch.
Hard to know what to expect between these two teams, but if you just look at their records, you'd have to think it would be a pretty close one. We're early here. Only 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And Indian River taking their time here. They march down inside the General Brown half of the field. This one pitched again and tackled pretty much right at the line of scrimmage is Lynch again. So it's going to be 4th down and about 4 for Indian River here in the first big real decision spot of the night. And it looks like Alexander's going to head back out there into the huddle. See if Indian River actually decides to try to make something happen here on 4th down, or if they're just going to try to get General Brown to maybe jump early. Play clock down to 5. It's snapped, handed off, up the middle. It's going to be close. Initial spot looks like he's going to be short. And he will be. So handed off to Fred Haynes, and he's about a yard short. And Indian River will turn it over on downs. Big stop defensively for General Brown here early in this one. And so the Lions offense will take the field on Friday night high school football. Brought to you by our usual sponsors, the Bob Johnson Auto Group and the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, as well as Tonino Altieri and the Grimsley Agency. First play from scrimmage for General Brown, skipping all the way to the outside, back to the line of scrimmage and push backwards. Late flag comes out. It was Doug Jarvie on a carry. Like I said, that flag came out late. And it's an offensive penalty. 10-yard holding. Doug Jarvie had nowhere to go for General Brown there. And add insult to injury on the play for no gain. The Lions backed up 10 after the holding. 1st down and 20 now. Handed off. No, kept by the quarterback McManaman. He dives forward for about 3. So Aiden McManaman faked the handoff, kept it himself. Picked up about 3 yards. Second down at 17. As we're approaching the midway mark of the first quarter here. 6:40 to go. Right up the middle and maybe a yard on the carry. Not much doing on the ground so far for the Lions. Talking before this one, we all thought that it might be pretty run heavy tonight, just based on the way these two teams play in general, but especially because of the weather. The wind has died down a little bit for now, but it kind of comes and goes in spurts, which makes throwing the ball very difficult. 3rd down and long, though, for General Brown. McManaman pitched out to the far side as he got hit. And fighting forward, Jarvie's going to pick up the original line of scrimmage and then maybe another couple of yards. And so it's going to be 4th down and long. Be about 4th and 9 after the carry for Douglas Jarvie. And the Lions will send out the punt team here. So already both teams forced to make a decision on 4th down. Indian River elected to go for it. They came up about a yard short. And that spot where they came up about a yard short is now where the ball will be snapped for General Brown to punt it away. It's a good snap and a good punt as well. It's high, tumbling end over end. It's going to bounce once inside the 30. And the Lions will down it at about the 22-yard line. So that's an excellent punt for General Brown. Not the offensive set they would have hoped for to start the first possession of the night, but all things said, they've pinned Indian River back pretty deep after a really solid punt that time. And the Warriors will get the ball back with 6 minutes and 2 seconds to go, halfway through the first quarter of action in Philadelphia, where the Warriors taking on General Brown on Friday Night Football, brought to you by NBC Watertown. Alexander handed off out to this near side in some space, skipping past the first tackle is Lynch, and then brought down from behind. Big hit made by Brendan Lee to bring down Lynch, and after all that, it's going to be a gain of about 2. So 2nd and 8 It's not the largest crowd we've ever seen here in Indian River, but it is a loud crowd. This ball comes loose, and General Brown thinks they have it. They do. So the Lions force a fumble and get the ball back. So after a really nice punt, put Indian River in a tough spot. General Brown gets the takeaway on defense, and now they're inside the red zone for their second offensive possession of the night. Already this one heating up, getting pretty exciting as the temperature is cooling down here in Philadelphia. McManaman fakes the handoff, rolls out to his left, looking down the field, throwing into the end zone. He has his man, it's caught. Touchdown for General Brown. They take the lead on the dime. Thrown by McManaman right into the lap of Ryan Chamberlain. And General Brown leads 6-0. So the Lions take full advantage of all of that momentum. Good punt. Forced the fumble, recovered it, and then one play from scrimmage. McManaman finds his man Chamberlain in the end zone for the touchdown. This one's going to be rushed in for the 2-point conversion. Pitched on this near side to Brendan Lee, and he just dove in. So the touchdown for Chamberlain, the 2-point conversion for Lee. And General Brown leads 8-0 here early over the host Indian River Warriors. Like I said, it was hard to know what to expect coming into this game. Two very good teams. General Brown 5-1. Their only loss on the year, the first game of the season versus Cazenovia. And Indian River, who are listed at 5-2. Those two games that they received losses for, they won. So really 7-0, but 5-2. They had to forfeit those couple of games. An eligible player took part in those two contests, and so those two losses are really games that they won. Ultimately doesn't change where they are in terms of sectionals as the ball falls off the tee for the kickoff here. But two teams who have had very successful seasons. Chip kick. It's going to go out of bounds down at the 26. So the Lions 5-1, Indian River 5-2, but really 7-0. And so far, it's been General Brown who's had the better of it, really aided by that fumble recovery inside their own red zone. Ended up being one play after that, and they got on the board. This one pitched and trying to fight to the outside, spinning around now, still on his feet somehow, eventually is going to be brought down. That was Derek Jones. Last time we were here, one of those games that Indian River was forced to forfeit to the ineligible player. Win against Carthage. Derek Jones had 4 touchdowns in the first half of that game. Surprised we didn't see too much of him on the first possession. Got a carry there. This one's handed off to Lynch, who fights forward. Picks up a couple of yards on second down and brings up third down and about 4. Lynch had a couple of touchdowns. No, Hattori, rather. Ethan Hattori had a couple of touchdowns the last time we were here. That was only the second or third week of the season. This one's handed off again. And again, a short gain, but they're going to be short of the first down. It'll be fourth and about a yard for Indian River in another spot here. Tough decision early in the game. 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Third down and short. Indian River in their own, fourth down and short. Indian River in their own half of the field here. And another big fourth down decision coming up for this coaching staff. Play clock down under 10. And Indian River is going to call the timeout
Indian River.
Well, it's another big spot. We've seen them already on 4th down. Go for it once and come up short. Ultimately, that didn't harm them too awful much. General Brown forced to punt the ball away after receiving it on the turnover on downs. But after that punt, the Lions forcing a fumble, picking it up, and then one play was all it took for Aiden McManaman to find Ryan Chamberlain in the end zone. That got it. The scoring started, made it 6-0, and then the 2-point conversion rushed in by Brendan Lee. And that's where we're at now. 8-0 the score. Indian River trailing here early at home. And they've got a big spot. 4th down and short. And it looks like the offense is on the field. Alexander's right under center. Hand it off, up the middle. First down yardage on the carry. Gutsy move to go for it on 4th down in their own half. But they pick up the first down. Fred Haynes on the carry. And it'll be first down and 10. With the ball on the 47. So the Warriors 1 for 2 on 4th downs now. Rolling out to this near side. Alexander skipping to the outside. It's actually Lynch. Kane Lynch down over the 45. Pushed out of bounds there. In coverage with Brock McManaman. Forced Lynch out of bounds, but not before he got down inside the General Brown half of the field. Got down to the 45 where he was pushed out of bounds. And so it's 2nd and 2. Rush of 8 for Lynch. General Brown looks like they're bringing the house. Handed off up the middle. Another first down for Indian River.
Number 24, Haynes.
Steady. Fred Haynes right up the middle.
First down.
First down and 10 after the carry for Haynes. Goes on the 41. Fake handoff. Alexander looking down the field. Has a man. It's caught on that far sideline. Now skipping back infield. Going to the outside again. And tackled out of bounds. But not until Cade Lynch reeled it in. Picked up the first down. Got down inside the red zone. And Indian River successful on their first passing attempt of the night. Alexander finds Lynch on the far side. And the Warriors pick up a first down. 1st and 10. The ball on the 23-yard line. Hand it off. Nowhere to go. No gain on the carry. It was Haynes again.
For Haynes, he stopped at the line of scrimmage.
No gain. Down under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Riley Alexander steps right under center now, trailing by 8 here at home. Moving behind him, it's handed off. Skipping out to this outside now, diving inside the 20. That was Lynch again.
Number 5, Kane Lynch.
They're going to mark him right at the 20, so that brings up 3rd down and long. Alexander pitched out to the near side, skipping past the first tackle is Lynch. He gets to the outside. Lynch past the 2nd, then pushed out of bounds. Inside the 5, right at the 5. Kane Lynch. Once he got out to this near side and skipped past the first couple of tacklers. Wondered if Lynch might find his way into the end zone. Not quite, but he does get down inside the 10. So 1st and goal from the 5. Hand it off. Up the middle, diving forward, and I think they're going to mark him just short. And player down for Indian River. That's Lynch. He's back up onto his feet now as Warriors trainer Rob Brooks heads out there. Walking off the field with Lynch. Now they did mark him just short. Second and goal inside the 1 for Indian River. Under a minute to go in the first quarter. Alexander heading back out there to the line of scrimmage. 10 seconds on the play clock. Alexander hands it off up the middle into the end zone. It's a touchdown for Indian River. Fred Haynes on the carry finds his way in. And Indian River cuts into the score, 8-6. So Kane Lynch did most of the heavy work on that possession for the Warriors. Fred Haynes is the man asked to punch it into the end zone, and he does. Now the 2-point conversion attempt for the Warriors. Hand it off, skipping out to this near side, now diving forward, stepping in. It's a 2-point conversion. That one's successful, and it's Ethan Hattori. Well, Hattori had a couple of touchdowns, like we said, the last time we were here 5 or 6 weeks ago now. And he finds his way in for a 2-point conversion that time. And we're all tied up at 8 with 30 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Official on this near side, the referee, is yelling at the clock operator up here that the clock should not be run on the 2-point conversion attempt and that there needs to be 35 seconds on the clock. Like I said, not the biggest crowd here. They are vocal, but not the biggest crowd, which means we have a chance to hear the officials, which is extremely helpful for us, at least for me, trying to call this game. Referee satisfied. We got 35 seconds on the clock after the 2-point conversion. In position now. Here's the kick. Kind of hangs up there. Wind is just going to knock that one down, and it's going to go out of bounds on the far side. The flag comes out, obviously. And the kickoff out of bounds. Well, the wind is certainly playing a part tonight. Both teams have thrown the ball only a handful of times. And it really got a hold of that kick, knocked it right down, and forced it out of bounds on the far sideline. So it'll be first down from the 35. General Brown's own 35 is where they'll take over. Now tied at 8. 35 seconds to go in the first quarter. Friday Night Football brought to you by NBC Watertown and the Stream Team. First down, McManaman. Ball comes loose, and River picks it up, and a clean lane in the end zone. They're going to take the lead at the end of the first quarter. So the Warriors get into the end zone on the fumble recovery. Ball just popped loose, and there was nobody close to it except for Brady Lynch. And so very quickly the Warriors have taken the lead, 14-8, after the fumble recovery touchdown for Lynch. How quickly this one's changed. Just over 10 seconds ago, it was 8-0 General Brown, and now it is 16-8 in favor of the host Warriors. Very quickly things can change, and they did right there. Indian River now leads After the fumble recovery, both teams now forced the fumble and recovered it on defense. This one, both of them really led to scores. This one directly, the fumble recovered by Brady Lynch, who then just rushed it into the end zone. And the Warriors in good shape with 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. They'll kick it off again for the second time in about the last 10 seconds. Better kick this time down the middle. Picked up at the 25. Trying to get out to this near side. Skipping past the first tackle. Brought down at the 40. Good carry for Drew Pauly. Tackle made by Shawcross for Indian River. So now trailing. General Brown will get the ball on the 35 in their own half of the field. Looking for a little more success than they had on their last offensive possession. Spot's actually further up the field. It's at the 42. McManaman pitched out to the far side. And tackled for a loss. Nowhere to go. Doug Jarvie hit in the backfield. Tackle made by Brady Lynch. So it's not quite a fumble recovery for a touchdown, but Lynch does make a tackle for a loss. And we reach the end of the first quarter in play. 16-8 is the score. Indian River strikes twice right at the end of the first half. They found their way into the end zone with 35 seconds on the clock. Got the two-point conversion. Kicked it away. Forced the fumble, which was then recovered by Brady Lynch. Rushed it into the end zone. Another two-point conversion was successful. And it's 16-8. The teams will switch sides. It'll be General Brown football. It's going to be second down and 11 after Jarvie was tackled for a loss. And we're ready to start the second quarter of high school football. Brought to you by NBC Watertown. Handed off by McManaman up the middle. Again, met right there by the Indian River defensive line. Nowhere to go. Gain of maybe a yard for Lee. Brendan Lee rushed the two-point conversion in on the General Brown touchdown. Picked up about a yard and a half that time. Third down and 9. Motion behind McManaman, handed off right up the middle, and McManaman actually kept that one himself. He fell forward for a couple of yards. But that'll bring up fourth down and long. About 8 yards to gain for the Lions here. Trailing by 8 with 11 minutes to go in the second quarter. General Brown looking to punt it away. The ball got loose and just going to scramble out to this near side. Fighting forward, picking up dangerously close to first down yardage. And the spot on the near side looks short. The spot on the far side is going to give it to him. And there's some confusion here on this near sideline. Indian River thinks that they should get the ball back. The official on this near side, where the play happened, marked General Brown short of the first down. The official on the far side immediately signaled that it was a first down. Now the referee in the white hat over in the middle of the field is signaling that it should be a first down as well. I'm not sure any of the referees are certain, and the problem is the chain gang on the far sideline has already moved. So because they've moved, we don't have a solid marker of where the yardage to gain was, which is just going to complicate things for the men in stripes down there. And they're still involved in discussion. Well, I think that was a big mistake, is that the chain gang moved on the far sideline. And I can understand why they did. The official on that far side signaled first down. But like I said, line judge over here, where the play happened, marked General Brown short. After a broken play, they were trying to punt the ball away, and the snap was low. Picked up by the punter, who scrambled to this near sideline. And I'm not sure what that signal was. It kind of looked like the referee was signaling that it was going to be an official timeout, which at this point, we're already well into any sort of official timeout. They're going to come out and measure this. So the chain gang has moved back to where they were initially. See, I'm not sure how they could really know that, because they'd already moved on the far sideline. To me, this doesn't seem like it could be anything more than an educated guess. And they're short. So after all that, the chains move on the far side. They come back to where they were initially, or at least somewhere close to that. They bring them all the way over to this near sideline to measure the spot. And they're going to be short of the first down yardage. Now what are they doing? They're measuring again. Further down the field. So they measure again towards the middle of the field so they can put the ball in the right spot yardage-wise. General Brown is going to be short on fourth down there, so Indian River gets the ball back. That's a pretty unusual sequence of events. I'm not sure that you'll probably see anything quite like that for quite a while. And now the chain gang having trouble getting into the right spot on the far sideline. After all of that nonsense, it's going to be first down for Indian River. Diving forward on the carry was Jones.
22, Derek Jones.
Picked up 2 yards. And so the sideline here really giving it to the officials. After all of that chaos that just ensued. It'll be second down and 8, and I'll whistle before the play. Official timeout. Sideline warning against Indian River. That one's handed off up the middle. Haynes nowhere to go. That kind of looked like a little bit of a broken play. I'm not sure that's exactly where Alexander wanted to hand that one off. And I'm not sure it was where Haynes wanted to be when he received the handoff. They do pick up maybe a yard. Third down, about 7. Pitched out to Haynes. He trucks the first tackler. Skips past the second. And out of bounds close to the first down yardage. Correct me, Derek Jones. Not Frederick Haynes. 22, not 24. Who trucked 2 separate tackles there. It's going to be about 2 yards short of the first down. So another fourth down decision for the Warriors to make here. 1 for 2 already on fourth downs. And this is a big spot again with 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Jones was in motion behind Alexander. He takes a step back now, looking over to this sideline. 5 seconds on the play clock, and Indian River takes timeout.
Timeout, Indian River.
So twice now we've seen the Warriors step to the line there on a 4th down and short, and then elect to use a timeout. They've got one more here in the first half of play. 9.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Indian River leading 16-8. They were down 8-0 and scored twice in the span of about 15 seconds. Right at the end of the first quarter, which gave them a huge boost heading into this one. Frederick Haynes got into the end zone, and then on defense, Indian River scored. Brady Lynch picked up a fumble and ran it all the way back to the house. Both 2-point conversion attempts good for the Warriors. And they lead 16-8 after Ryan Chamberlain's receiving touchdown opened the scoring. All of that happened in the first quarter. We're in the second now. And it's 4th down and about 2 for the Warriors. Tough spot, again, to decide what to do. They are inside the General Brown half, but only just. And it looks like the offense on the field. Alexander right under center. One man behind him. In motion is Lynch. Handed off, though, up the middle. And based on the forward progress, it looked like it was going to be enough. This spot on the near sideline looked short again. Handed off to Lynch up the middle. Kane Lynch. And that spot looks like it's going to be enough for the first down. Maybe. They're going to come over and measure. The General Brown sideline is absolutely incensed over there. They're furious about where that ball was spotted. They think it should have been shorter than that. And once again, we're going to have a measurement on 4th down. It was about 2 yards to gain. It looked like Kane Lynch might have had it up the middle. And we're about to find out once we get all the way out to where the ball is. Here's the measurement. Looks short. It is. So the Lions going to stop on 4th down just barely.
The Indian River carry came up just short of the first.
And Indian River will turn it over on downs with 9.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. General Brown gets it back, trailing by 8. And they're in their own half of the field as they take over on this offensive possession. We'll wait for the chain gang to get out to the far sideline. It's been hard to catch our breath. It's been pretty fast-paced tonight. I haven't had really a good opportunity to tell you about our sponsors. The Bob Johnson Auto Group are the largest used inventory in upstate New York and really the surrounding area. Bob Johnson Auto Group. They got all sorts of new vehicles as well. Check them out. And the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County. This one's pitched out to the near side. Diving forward. Tackle out of bounds. Savian Ghosh on the carry for General Brown. As I was saying, the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, huge thank you to them. Part of the Alliance for Better Communities, which is part of Pivot here in Jefferson County. Really great program for our youth in the North Country. And we'll get to our last sponsor after this play for General Brown. McManaman handed off out to the outside, nowhere to go. Loss of about a yard on the carry to the far side. So 3rd and 9. And our last sponsor, Nino L. Terry at the Grimsley Agency, specializing in auto, home, and commercial insurance with access to over 60 regional and national insurance carriers. It's Nino L. Terry at the Grimsley Agency. Thank you to them for sponsoring high school football. Passed out to the far side. It's caught right at the line of scrimmage. Now diving forward, skipping forward before being forced backwards. Well short of the first down yard mark is General Brown, so it'll bring up a 4th down for them. And that's about 2 yards. And flag is down for roughing the passer. So forget about that. It'll be a 1st down after the personal foul. There's the signal again, roughing the passer, which is an automatic 1st down. I didn't see where McManaman got hit late, but the focus all shifted down the field once he let the pass loose. So a big penalty to give up for the Warriors. The ball is all the way down to the 35 inside their own half of the field. Here's General Brown. McManaman looking to pass, and he's going to be brought down from behind. Loss of a yard on the play. Aiden McManaman tried to skip forward. Once he rolled out to his right, didn't like his options down the field. Just unable to get away from the oncoming rushers. And it's a sack, loss about a yard. 2nd down and 11 yards to go now. 7.5 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter of play. Motion again. McManaman out to the right. Again, trying to fight forward, but really nowhere to go. And McManaman.
That's number 37 with McManaman on the keeper. Gets back to
it's going to be
scrimmage, 3rd and 10.
Stopped after picking up about a yard. So 3rd down and 10 as they get back to the original line of scrimmage. Rain starting to pick up a little bit here in Philadelphia. It's been that kind of night. Cold and dank and very windy at times. McManaman handed off up the middle. And again, not much going on for General Brown. 3 or 4 players for Indian River in to make the tackle on Brendan Lee that time. Forward progress gives him maybe a yard, and so it's 4th and 9. Be interesting to see what General Brown does here. Based on the way they punted earlier, this is about 5 or 10 yards too short probably to punt it away. It's definitely too short to try a field goal at this level of football. So 4th down, the offense out there. McManaman looking to pass. Good pressure as he gets this one away. It's reeled in. Skipping past the 1st tackle, now past the 2nd. Brought down close to the 15-yard line was Drew Pauly, and that's a big reception and a big 4th down conversion for General Brown. They'll keep the ball, and they'll march down the field to get a fresh set with 6 minutes halfway through the 2nd quarter here. First and 10 from the 23. Out to this near side and hit hard. Ball might have come loose. There's a fight for it still going on. Indian River immediately jumped like they might have had a chance to pick up a loose football. And I think we're still trying to sort out the fumble at the bottom of the huddle. Indian River thinks they have the ball. They haven't seen a signal yet. And there it is. General Brown's going to keep it. So Indian River nearly came away with a fumble recovery again. Azari Baroa Prenso was the one that made the tackle that forced the ball loose. General Brown just able to fall back on top of it. This one's pitched out to the near side again. Fighting forward, Neto. No, Ghosh rather. Out to this near sideline. He got down to the 10. Savian Ghosh, correct me, on the carry to this near side. 3rd down and about 3. Crowd trying to get involved here. 4.5 minutes to go in the 1st half. General Brown trailing by 8, but look threatening here. It's 3rd down and 3. Ball's on the 10-yard line. Whistle, and Indian River's going to take their last timeout.
Timeout, Indian River.
General Brown has all 3 of theirs left here in the 1st half. Indian River just took their 3rd. And so they're out for the 4.5 minutes remaining in the first half of play. And a big spot. This is a really tough situation to be in for either team. Right at the end of the first half. And a tight game, hard-fought game, where neither team has really gotten too much going offensively, and certainly hasn't had the chance to really get into a rhythm. Both teams with some fumbles. Both teams forcing a fumble and then turning that into a touchdown. And it's all setting up for a really good last 4.5 of the first half of play here from Philadelphia. McManaman pitched out to the right side, now cutting back towards the middle of the field. And nowhere to go. Brought down right at the line of scrimmage again. Good defense by the Warriors. So it's going to be 4th down and still about 3 yards for Indian River. For General Brown, for Indian River, this would be a big stop. General Brown driving into the wind right now. Not going to take their chances and try to kick off what would be a long field goal. Instead, the offense is going to stay out there. Pitched out to the right side. The trick play thrown into the end zone, and it is caught! Touchdown for the Lions. Well, it took forever to get a signal on that. And eventually we did. The line judge right in the front corner of the end zone on that far sideline did eventually put his hands up to signal a touchdown. And that was Drew Pauly into the corner of the end zone, somehow through the wind, through the rain, reeled that one in. General Brown's going to come up short on the 2-point conversion. Big tackle, the ball comes loose. Flags come out after the play. I'm not sure I necessarily agree with that. Indian River was making a tackle on Brendan Lee. And Lee was forced to the ground. The ball came out. Personal foul. So it's 15 yards at the end of the kickoff for the personal foul. It's an unnecessary roughness against Indian River, as Brendan Lee was trying to make something happen. He got out to this near sideline. He was forced down and tackled with some force, but I'm not sure it was necessarily any more or less than you would see on a typical play of that nature. Nonetheless, the official was right there, a lot closer to it than I am. Threw the flag for unnecessary roughness. And so 15 yards after the kickoff. They're actually going to apply it now, before the kickoff. So General Brown will kick it away from their 40. Or they would have kicked it away from the 40, I should say. They'll march it forward down to the other 45, which is where the Lions will kick it away after the unnecessary roughness call against Indian River on the 2-point conversion, which did fail. So the Warriors still leading 16-14 after McManaman threw a dot to find Drew Pauly in the corner of the end zone for the second touchdown of the night for General Brown. Kicking it away for the Lions is Brady Black. He's going to elect for the squib. In and out of the hands of Indian River. Fight for it again on that far sideline. It looks like the Warriors are going to come up with it. And they do. Kind of bounced funny right in front
covering the kickoff.
I believe that was Antonio Rivera, who saw it bounce kind of just right in front of him. And it skipped up, hit him in the chest. He was able to fall on it and keep possession for Indian River. So after the squib kick, first down and 10. And the ball's on the 27. Alexander under center. Motion behind him. He hands it off, skipping out to this near side and brought down. That was Baroa Prenza on the carry. And a little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. Prenza was tackled by Tavon Punt on this near side, and then those two exchanged some words after the tackle. No further. So no further punishment dished out by any of the officials. So second down and 8. Fighting up the middle. Skipping past the first tackle. Now out to the outside with a lane. Gets past the first tackler. And brought down from behind. Flag comes out. That might be a horse collar on that far sideline. As Derek Jones skipped out to the outside. Had a lane. He was brought down from behind by Ryan Chamberlain. And I think the flag came out as Chamberlain was making that tackle. And it looked like he had a good handful of jersey. That looks like it might be a horse collar. We'll wait to see if we can get a signal. The officials are again having discussion on that far sideline. Well, it seems pretty straightforward. The official on that far sideline, who was right there where the play happened, threw a flag. That's a personal foul. And it is a horse collar tackle against General Brown. Well, it seems straightforward, and it was. The horse collar tackle as Jones got out to the outside. And that was the only way that Chamberlain could bring him down, was grabbing the jersey from behind up around the neck area. And it's a horse collar. So tack on 15 more. And Indian River trying to answer right back. They still lead by 2. This one handed off out to this near sideline. Past the first tackle, Jones, and brought down. Tackle made by Brock McManaman as Jones gets inside the 10. It's going to be second down and 2. Second and 2, pitch to the near side, skipping forward, Jones picks up the first down as he's down to about the 2. And it'll be first and goal. Down under 2 minutes to go. Indian River out of timeouts here in the first half.
First and goal.
It's going to be first and goal. The clock running again. Minute 40. Warriors leading by 2. General Brown got back on the board, unable to tie it with a 2-point conversion. Whistle on the field. General Brown's going to take a timeout, try to preserve the clock here, I think, and maybe have a chance to get the ball back if they can come up with a stop. The rain really picking up now here at the end of the first half as the Lions take timeout. And they're going to talk things over. On a rainy night in Philadelphia, New York, just off of the Indian River. There's a school named after the creek. Is taking on their Class B rivals, General Brown Lions. Indian River leading by 2. Minute and a half to go in the second quarter. And General Brown takes time out here to stop the clock, draw up a play to try to get a goal line stop here. The Warriors trying to add on to their lead here at home. Alexander's going to step to the line. It's Jones in the backfield. Roa Prenza to the left. He's in motion. And handed off right up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown for Indian River.
Touchdown, Indian River. Number 22, Derek Jones.
Well, it was Derek Jones who caught us all by surprise. The last time we were here, had 4 touchdowns in the first half of that game against Carthage. Picks up his first of the night here. And the Warriors now lead 22-14. The offense on for the 2-point conversion, looking to make it 24. Handed off right up the middle and into the end zone. 2-point conversion successful. The Warriors lead by 10 with a minute and a half to go in the first half. 24-14. They get in on the handoff play to Derek Jones right up the middle. And the Warriors answer back very quickly. General Brown got their second touchdown of the night, a receiving touchdown for Drew Pauly. And the Warriors then very quickly marched down the field. Derek Jones with a big carry that the referees then tacked on 15 for. As Ryan Chamberlain was judged to have made a horse collar tackle to bring Jones down. Otherwise, I think he would have been free and clear into the end zone. Instead, Chamberlain made that tackle. Indian River got to bleed a little more time off the clock. And they'll kick it away with 1 minute and 25 on the clock here in the first half. Low kick came out off of the outside of the foot.
Indian River kickoff goes out of bounds.
Skipped
It'll be a General Brown first down.
out of bounds at the General Brown 31. They're going to make him re-kick, looks like. So General Brown elects to make Indian River re-kick the football. So we'll re-tee. And as long as the wind doesn't knock it off, Shawcross will kick it away. Again, this one much better. And that one's going to roll just short of the end zone. Picked up inside the 5. Skipping up the field and brought down. Ultimately, that didn't work out the way General Brown would have hoped. As a really good kick from Shawcross the second time. Drew Pauly picked it up inside the 5. He was brought down at the 15. So the Lions trailing now by 10 with a minute and 19 on the clock and 2 timeouts here to go in the first half of play. As we're approaching 8 o'clock, about an hour played since the start of the game. Handed off to the far sideline. Still going. Brought down on the far side. That was Pauly again on the carry this time. It's going to be second down and 7 after the carry for Pauly. As we're under a minute to go in the first half. Handed off up the middle and diving forward. Looks like he picked up enough for the first. He did. It was Brandon Lee on the carry. So the clock will stop briefly to move the chains. Now running again. Down Down to about 30 seconds to go. General Brown does have 2 timeouts left. Doesn't seem like they're too awful interested in taking them here at the end of the first half. Kept by McManaman as he skips to the outside. He's going to pick up close to another first down. Looks like he might have got it. Clock's going to stop again as we have to move the chains. This is another first down for General Brown. 17.4. And General Brown's going to take a timeout to stop it. 17.4 seconds to go in the first half of play. After a couple of quick first downs, I think that might have changed the mindset for General Brown. They were pretty deep in their own half after a really nice kick by Trevor Shawcross. And so it's 1 timeout remaining after this one for General Brown in the first half. It's been a slog, this football game. Like I said, neither offense has gotten into really any sort of groove. They've been fighting the weather, fighting the other team all night. Both defenses forcing big fumbles, both of them leading to scores. Indian River, with those 2 quick touchdowns at the end of the first quarter, kind of took most of the momentum away from the Lions. They lead by 10 points now. McManaman looking down the field, throwing it. It is caught, reeled in over the 45, inside the 45. Quick reception for Chamberlain, well down the field. About 3 seconds came off the clock, 11.5 now. Back running again. The Lions are going to spike the football to stop the clock. 8.3. General Brown's got the football on the 43-yard line. 8.3 seconds on the clock here in the first half. The Lions trying to manufacture something here late. McManaman right under center, gets down low. Looking to pass. Good pressure from Indian River. McManaman around the first one. He's brought down. Sack for Indian River. In there to make the tackle, Bruce Shawcross the third. And he'll make the stop, get the sack, and the clock will run out on the first half. Indian River leading 24-14 on a cold, windy, rainy, blustery night in Philadelphia. High school football brought to you by the NBC Watertown Stream Team. At halftime, it's 24-14, and the rain really starting to pick up. Indian River leading here at home. We'll be right back for the second half of football. Well, welcome back to Philadelphia, New York, where it is dumping on us now up here. I think my rosters are in danger of disintegrating as we progress into the second half of football, brought to you by NBC Watertown and the Stream Team. Good kickoff to start the second half, and it's reeled in by Chamberlain down at the about 10-yard line. He's going to skip forward and get down inside, about to the 25. Well, if you were with us in the first half, you'll know that it's been raining pretty much all evening. And it's really started to pick up now, and the radar looks like it's going to just keep getting worse. Pretty much dumping on us now up here on top of the booth. Myself and Nate Madison, just now realizing I never introduced our stream team tonight. Zach Zabriskie on the controls. He's down inside with the computer, keeping that safe from the rain. Nate's up here next to me, Nate Madison, on our camera, which we did have a couple issues with during the halftime break. And if we have more, we apologize in advance. We'll do our best to try to keep that from happening. It is raining pretty good, and got that covered up with a plastic garbage bag. Should be mostly effective, but only so much you can do when it rains this hard. My name's Connor Lalone, bringing you NBC Watertown's last high school football game of the season, at least of the regular season. I don't think we have any plans to do any sectional games, but that is an opportunity that may present itself. But at the very least, our last regular season game of the year. This is a big running play out to the far sideline, diving, putting his helmet down, and fighting forward all the way down to the 45. That's Drew Pauly on the carry for General Brown. And he picks up a big first down there on a huge run down the right side. Referees are getting together and talking things over. And sideline warning against Indian River. I thought we had seen a sideline warning earlier in the game. I'm not sure that we did, but we definitely did there. I heard the officials say it. So, sideline warning against Indian River. Again, running play. And again, not too much happening for the Lions on the carry. Gain of about 1. It'll be 2nd and 9 for the Lions. McManaman handed off. No, kept it. Now pitched out to the right side, putting his helmet down, but only to get back to the line of scrimmage. On that far side, it looked like, I believe that was Drew Pauly again for General Brown. Ten and a half minutes to go in the third quarter of play. Indian River leading by 10. McManaman fakes the pitch. Looking downfield after he rolled out to his right. Pass in and out of the hands, and then incomplete. Well, in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Chamberlain. And then almost reeled in on that far sideline by Bennett Eichhorn. But it falls incomplete. And the decision to pass there, it's unsuccessful. Brings up 4th down and long, about 9. McManaman looking to pass to this near side. Under some pressure, throwing it out. Has a man, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for Pauly on this near side. He looked up like he wanted a pass interference flag. None thrown. And the Lions will turn it over on downs. So the Warriors will get the football here for the first time in the second half. They lead by 10 on a wet and rainy night in Philadelphia. The NBC Watertown stream team absolutely delighted to be here. Nate Madison with a huge smile on his face as we speak. He's thrilled that we're here bringing you high school football. Pitch play. Skipping out to this near side in some space. And looks like he's going to take it all the way to the house. He will. It should be a touchdown. There's no flags. Indian River gets into the end zone. Second rushing touchdown of the night for Derek Jones. One play, 6 points for Indian River. Derek Jones, his second of the night, gets into the end zone. And the Warriors tack on 6. 30-14 is the score. Well, the Warriors faithful here has stuck around. Like I said, not the biggest crowd to begin with, but the ones that are here in full voice under their umbrellas now. And they got excited for Jones' second touchdown of the night. This one's handed off again to Jones, and he's going to fight his way in for the 2-point conversion. 32-14 after the rushing touchdown for Derek Jones. And the Warriors extending their lead here in the second half on Friday night high school football. Brought to you by NBC Watertown and the Stream Team. High school football brought to you by NBC Watertown, sponsored by the Bob Johnson Auto Group, by the Youth Alliance of Jefferson County, and Tonino L. Terry, part of the Grimsley Agency, New York's #1 independent insurance agency with 6 locations throughout New York State. And it's Tonino L. Terry and the Grimsley Agency. Huge thank you to all of our sponsors for high school football. Whistle here before the kick. Personal foul against the defense. Didn't see a signal or hear what the foul was for, but it is personal foul against General Brown. Dead ball foul. I'll march Indian River 15 yards further forward for this kickoff. So the Warriors will kick off with the ball on the 45 now. They're set to boot it away. Shawcross. No one's going to go over the head of the deep man out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Kickoff goes into the end zone for a touchback.
So Jenner Brown will get the ball after the touchback. Trailing now 32-14. The rain really picking up now. Starting to come down really heavy. We took a look at the radar during halftime, and it didn't exactly look promising. It looked like we were going to get rained on the rest of the night, no matter what. We are now with 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. Hand it off, nothing doing. Gain of maybe a yard. Short gain brings up second and long. Man-to-man pitched out to the right. That's Drew Pauly, brought down on the far sideline. Looks like Pauly got out of bounds, which is going to stop the clock. 9 minutes and 19 seconds on it now. The officials again having a discussion. I'm not sure if they're aware that it's raining. Somebody might want to tell them. All joking aside, they're really are involved in a conversation here about something. Here's the signal. It's a holding against the defense. So there's a defensive holding that keeps the clock stopped at 9 minutes and 19 seconds. It'll be a fresh set of downs for the Lions after the hold. First down and 10. Motion pitched out to this near side. Skipping forward, then brought down, gain of maybe 2 on the carry. That's Savion Ghosh on the carry for the Lions. Picked up more than I thought initially. It looks like they're going to give him 3. 2nd and 7 after the carry for Ghosh. Handed off again, right up the middle. Nowhere to go. Believe that's Pauly on the carry for General Brown. May have been Cam Thomas for General Brown on that rush. Brings up 3rd down and about 4. Flag before the play. And it's going to be offside against Indian River. The crowd really agrees with that decision, as you can hear, I'm sure. Lined up offside, the neutral zone infraction. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go, the clock running. Fakes the pitch, McMahon rolling out to the right, throwing, and that is incomplete, out of bounds to stop the clock. 7:53. Crowd on this near side wants intentional grounding. McMahon, I believe, was probably out of the pocket on that play, but threw it out to that far sideline. Nobody really in that area. Second down and 10 after the incompletion. This one's handed off. No, kept by McMahon, man. He's going to get a yard. Tackle made by James Wiley Huffman, the 4th for Indian River. Third down and 9. McMahon pitched out to the right, another trick play, and spinning around, staying on his feet, but now brought down for a loss. Nowhere to go. So General Brown tried the trick play again, trying to get Pauly a chance to throw the ball. But he's tackled for a loss, and it's 4th down and long. General Brown have to punt away. Good snap, good catch, and a pretty alright punt. It's actually going to roll and bounce all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That's an excellent punt. Ended up being really good. After it got a really favorable bounce and roll, gets down to the 16-yard line. Indian River will get the ball there with 6 minutes and 14 seconds on the clock. Both teams with all 3 timeouts here in the second half, with the Warriors leading 32-14. Derek Jones, his second touchdown of the night, is the only scoring here so far in the second half of play. Whistle starts the clock. We're down close to 6 minutes. Which is halfway through the third quarter. Handed off up the middle. Short gain. Close to 3 yards on the carry right up the middle. That was Haynes on the carry. Fred Haynes has gotten his fair share of snaps tonight. Him and Derek Jones. Similar styles in that backfield. Big, strong running backs. Put their head down and break a tackle if they need to. But they've got some speed as well. Jones has got the couple of touchdowns. Haynes got the majority of the early carries. Alexander's going to be brought down for a loss on this play. They'll bring up third down at about 7 after a loss. Alexander tackled in the backfield. 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Not much going on the rushing play that time either. That was Jones on the carry. He got maybe back to the line of scrimmage, and that brings up 4th and long and deep in their own half. The Warriors will try to punt this one away. Punt like this in this type of spot in this type of weather is always interesting. Takes a good snap, a good hold, and then good contact with the football. Lots of chances for something to go wrong when it's this slick out there. It's been raining all night, and since the halftime break, it's really picked up here and hasn't relented. Good snap, but the punt's blocked, and it's going to find its way out of bounds over here at about the 25. So good field position for General Brown after the blocked punt. They're going to get the ball right on the edge of the red zone. There is a flag down. Maybe not. Looked like there was a flag, but I don't see any signal. So the Lions get the ball. Well, the rain's stair-rotting down now. 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the third quarter. McManaman handed off to Pauly. Drew Pauly brought down in the backfield. Loss of a couple on the handoff to Pauly. Huffman and Patterson there to make the tackle for Indian River. And that'll bring up second and about 13. Three minutes and 45 seconds to go in the third quarter. McManaman, hand off. Nope, pitched out to the right side. Drew Pauly brought down in the backfield again. It's Huffman again to make the tackle, and it's another loss. Drew Pauly, nowhere to go. So third down and long. After a block punt, put General Brown in a really good spot to take over on offense. A couple of failed rushes for Pauly. McManaman over the middle. That one's caught. Diving forward down close to the first down yardage marker, but short. is the receiver on that far sideline, I believe. That is Savian Ghosh, and it was. So after the pass to Ghosh, it's going to be second down and fourth down rather than short. About 3 yards to pick up here for the Lions on a fourth down. Big spot here, trailing 32-14. They need this one here at the end of the third quarter. And a whistle. They're going to call a timeout.
Timeout, General Brown.
So the Lions call a timeout, which will stop the clock with 2 minutes and 29 seconds to go in the third quarter of play. Indian River leads 32-14 here at home. A good battle between these two Class B, formerly Class A teams. The Sox, they moved back that way. Playing in Class B, which means this is a big game against the French on the season. Their only loss was Cazenovia, the first game of the season. Indian River 5-2. Well, those two games are games that they had to forfeit. They had an ineligible player who took part in that game. Both of those games, one of those against Carthage, and the other, if I can remember correctly, I believe it was against Camden. So Indian River 5-2, but those two games that they had to forfeit, they did win, and both of those by healthy margins. The one we brought you was a game here against Carthage in which they won. Big fourth down. General Brown pitched out to Pauly on the right side. He's going to be brought down short, and the Lions will turn it over on downs. So General Brown went for it. They had to, really. Down with 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter of play in a good position on the field. So they went for it, tried to run that pitch play out to the right side for Drew Pauly, and it just came up short again. So Indian River will get the ball back. Really staunch defense there.
I think we're SOL.
Like your power cord's gotten wet.
Number 2 is Ari Barrow-Prensa with the 4-yard carry. Second down. River 32, General Brown 14.
I think it's toast.
Yeah, it might be.
So, I don't know what you want to do. Maybe we could.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. When you came in.
This is on. Yeah, it's on. But my guess is what's happening there. That camera hasn't taken on that much water.
Alright folks, we apologize that we lost you there for a while. Our camera up here has the LCD screen has stopped working on it. So we can't see, Nate can't see what he's filming up here, but the camera is back on. Our audio tonight, we're running through the camera, so that's why the audio was gone for a while as well. We're into the fourth quarter. Flag comes down here on this play. Looks like probably a block in the back. Kane Lynch is going to get out of bounds at the 44. But the flag in the backfield, we'll wait to see on. Well, like I said, camera here, we've no longer have the LCD screen functioning. So we can't really see what's going on as far as that. Our audio is running through the camera, so that's part of the issue as well. Let's say foul against Indian River. This whole game has been a slog for everyone involved. Again, apologies if we lost you for a while. Looking down the field, Alexander trying to throw here. Lots of contact and no flag. They're going to say it was good coverage. The ball falls incomplete and that stops the clock. Like I said, our audio running through the LCD screen functionality seems to have stopped working on this camera. Really putting it through its paces tonight. It's taking a beating. And so because we lost the screen, we thought for a second we might have lost the camera altogether, but it is here, it's still functioning. Just no way for Nate to know what he's really looking at through it. So he's going to try to do his best to stay wide. I'll try to do my best to let you know what's going on. This one's pitched out to this near side. I believe that was Lynch again. It was Kane Lynch. He was brought down as he got over the 25 on the Indian River field. That's going to bring up a down for General Brown as Lynch turns it over on downs. Indian River short that time. Back badly on that possession by the personal foul. It's gotten the crowd here involved. Really sideline. gets reeled in on the far side. Still fighting, still going on his feet, and brought down from behind out of bounds. And after picking up a first down, General Brown's going to be right at the 10. So first and goal from there.
Number 525,
It was Cam Thompson. Cam Thomas, sorry. Had to dig out the roster, which has found its way under my jacket, trying to keep it from falling apart here in the second half. McManaman, and he's going to be brought down. Sack for Indian River. Bruce Shawcross making the sack for Indian River, and it's going to be second and goal from all the way back at the 14. Well, there's 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Indian River leading 32-14. Because we've moved the clock camera as well, I'll try to keep you appraised of the timing. This one's short little screen pass out to the left. Now skipping forward, diving in and into the end zone. I believe there's a flag down behind the play, which would be an illegal block in the back. It was Savy, maybe marked down at the one on the flag. I think this is going to be an illegal block against General Brown, which would negate the reception for Gauche. It is an illegal block in the back against General Brown, so the reception for Gauche negated, and I think they marked him down at the 1, but it's not going to matter after the illegal block marches the Lions backwards. Nine minutes and 40 seconds on the clock. Trevor Shawcross. Just a good round of applause from this near sideline. Shawcross really came up with an interception there, but did enough, and it falls incomplete. And it's going to be fourth down and 14 to go. Actually, going to be third down still. Whistle here, and timeout called by Indian River. Again, folks, we apologize for the audio and video issues. It's pouring buckets here in Philadelphia. Really rainy, and it has been all night, especially in the second half. So that's been the cause of consternation for us here trying to broadcast from the top of the stands here in Indian River. The Warriors called timeout here. It's going to be third down and goal from the 14 for General Brown with 9.5 minutes to go. Indian River leading 32-14 with 9.5 minutes. McManaman looking to pass, throwing over the middle, and it is incomplete. Pass was intended for Gauche again. Kane Lynch in coverage that time. And so it's fourth and goal from the 14. Whistle. And now we're play football again. 9.5 minutes to go. McManaman. And it's Ghosh on the left side. He's going to be brought down out of bounds. Well short. And so Indian River will get the ball back. It's been an eventful Friday night here in Philadelphia. It's been rainy, it's been wet, it's been windy. And it's been a pretty good football game as well between the Warriors and the Lions. Indian River and General Brown. Two Class B teams here in the Frontier League. And it's been an absolute dogfight. It's a good thing it's a turf field, because otherwise it would be extremely muddy out there for these guys. Pitch. On this near side, Kane Lynch was the ball carrier. It's a holding against the offense. The referees haven't gotten the memo that it's wet and rainy. Nine minutes and 14 seconds on the clock, running again. The Warriors taking their time, using most of the play clock. There's 10 seconds on that now as they step to the line. Pitch. That's Jones. He gets out to the outside, throws a good stiff arm. Jones brought down as he gets down to about the 16. Derek Jones with the carry that time, shaking his hand after the play like he might have gotten stepped on. He's not exactly comfortable right now on that right hand. He's shaking it pretty hard. Trying to shake it. Like I said, he might have got stepped on or rolled over on top of it as he was being tackled. Alexander's going to go up the middle, and he's going to pick up the first down. Alexander brought down as he gets to the 25, but that's enough for a first down. Unnecessary roughness. Someone called earlier against Indian River. Again, not sure that really constituted a flag. Under 8 minutes to go. First down and 10. Alexander out to this near side. That's Lynch. Kane Lynch stepped out of bounds, then was shoved from behind, and he does get the flag. Again, I'm not sure there was really too much in that situation, but Lynch had stepped out of bounds. The whistle had gone, and then a two-hand shove into the small of his back, and that draws the whistle, which will be an unnecessary roughness, which I guess we need to march off here. Officials having a conversation. The rain, at least for now, lightened up just a touch. It's been pouring this whole second half. Here it is, personal foul. Unnecessary roughness against General Brown, like we predicted. So the automatic first down after the personal foul. Tacked on to the end of the game for Kane Lynch on this near side. Clock running, 7.5 minutes to go in the game. Alexander pitch. Jones, Derek Jones, up the middle. Solid game. for Jones down to the 32.
Number 22, Derek Jones, follows the block by number 54, Nicholas Burke.
Jones went right up the middle, got a good block from his man Nicholas Burke. This one again, Jones. Again, right up the middle. Derek Jones still on his feet. And down to the 25. Gain of 9.
22, Jones is looking for about 8 yards.
Second and short after the gain for Jones. Hurry up offense. And Jones right up the middle. Jones breaks the tackle. And he's into the end zone for his third touchdown of the night. Derek Jones putting on a show for the NBC broadcast here, like he did the last time we were here. He had 4 touchdowns in the first half against Carthage when we were here earlier this season. He's got 3 touchdowns tonight. It's 38-14. Minutes and 49 seconds on the clock after the Jones touchdown. The Warriors offense will go for 2. Town stream team. Nate Madison up here on the camera next to me, Connor Lalone. Does most work. Kickoff from Shawcross. In and out of the hands of Chamberlain. He's going to pick it up inside the 10. Where to go? Jenner Brown to get the ball back. No gain that time. It's going to be second down and long.
Carry goes for a short gain. Second down.
I told you halftime. Okay, halftime doesn't mean diddly do. I told you fourth quarters. That means get your butt moving.
Okay, what time is that? That's not on my clock.
Let's go! Yeah, see? I told you. Hit it!
Turnaround pass attempt is defended by number 3, Ethan Vittori. Fourth down.
Got to kick this one away deep in their own half. Low snap, bounces, and it is. Got to move them back, bring them out onto the field to measure it. It was a whole debacle. Eventually, they said Hicks. Can be a real nightmare. The injured player over there, Indian River trainer Rob Brooks, sending to him now. Rob, one of the best in the business, does the training for the Watertown Rapids as well as the Watertown Wolves. Jones up. And it looks like he's going to be able to walk off under his own power, so that's good news for Indian River. Derek Jones, the free touchdown man. And he's coming off after getting some aid from the Indian River training staff. Like I said, Rob Brooks does a great job. So after the injury timeout for Jones, the clock will start running again as we approach 5 minutes to go.
I thought so, but that was many moons ago.
Decided to run the clock again. Wise move. Alexander. Hand it off. Diving forward. Haynes. Gets down to the 5-yard line. Could be 3rd and goal from there. Before the 3rd down and 5, there's a flag. It's another false start against the offense. I think everybody here wants to go home, except for the officials. Continue to throw flags. 3rd down and goal from the 10 after the offside, or the false start rather. Hand it off. Skipping out to the outside, past the first tackle and into the end zone for a touchdown. So despite the false starts, Indian River gets in. It's Azari Baroa Prinsa on a touchdown for the Warriors. Well, Baroa Prinsa got to the outside and skipped past the first tackle. Nobody could catch him then as he got into the end zone. And the Warriors tack on. All of a sudden, this one is really starting to get ugly. 44-14. Three minutes and 46 seconds to go. Alexander going to take it himself right up the middle and in for the 2-point conversion. 46-14 now with 3 minutes and 46 seconds to go. In the 4th quarter, Indian River tacking on, piling on, really. Making it look uglier and uglier. In a game that really wasn't at the outset, but the Warriors just pulling away. Really showing and asserting that they are a superior team. Like I said, this is an Indian River team that has 2 losses on the schedule this year, but those 2 games they actually won. The win here versus Carthage, game that we brought you on NBC Watertown's YouTube channel. And then their the next game that they played, a 56-24 win at Camden. In those 2 games they had to forfeit because they had an ineligible player on the roster who took part in those games. Big tackle made there by Joshua Bouzinet, who gets a good round of applause. Made a big tackle on the kick return. Rain picking up again. It's been damp tonight. It's been damp in Philadelphia. McMahon's hit behind the play. He didn't have the football. No flags are thrown as Chamberlain was blocking out that left side for Doug Jarvie on the carry. Down to 3 minutes to go. Second and 5 after the gain for Jarvie. Man pitched out to the far side. Jarvie again. Doug Jarvie gets past the line of scrimmage. Now gets the first down, and then he's pushed out of bounds. It's a first down for the Lions as Douglas Jarvie picks it up. First down and 10. Hand it off. Up the middle. Vicious tackle. Short gain on the play for Cam Thomas on the carry. Second down. 2.5 minutes in the game. 20 on the play clock. Hand it off, and Indian River jumped that handoff. Read it like a book. Nowhere to go. Cam Thomas tackled for a loss. Like I said, Indian River just jumped that one. Under 2 minutes to go. Third and 8. Ball on the General Brown 40. As the Lions step to the line here. Minute and a half. McMahon handed off. Gain of a couple. Carry up the middle for Cam Thomas. And now it's fourth down. The Lions out to punt as we have 1 minute left in the game. Good snap, good punt. It's going to bounce and roll and be down at the 31 by the Lions. 46 seconds on the clock. So with 46 seconds left, Indian River will get the ball back. Indian River will get the ball back. It's been a long night. Standing up here in the rain, doing our best to make sure we keep our equipment all working as best as we can. Onto our second headset camera, kind of just running blind with no viewfinder. Despite all that, and despite the weather, it's been a great night for the Indian River Warriors. It's a big win over their Class B opponents, the General Brown Lions. The Warriors will win 46-14 here at home. They fight through the rain to take home another victory on the season. They'll improve officially to 6-2. They'll be 9-0. Again, 2 losses on the season are forfeits due to an ineligible player. The Indian River Warriors yet to really lose a game. They'll improve with a win here over General Brown, 46-14. It was again a really big night for Derek Jones. He had 3 touchdowns, and the Warriors rode that to victory. For everybody at NBC and everybody at the stream team, Nate Madison, Zach Zabriskie, myself, I'm Connor Malone. We're thrilled that you could join us for this one, and I'd be lying if I said we weren't thrilled to get home. Thank you for tuning in and sticking with us. Have a good night.